This is Dr. Barry Ackerson bringing you a little Tai Chi exercise. This is going out to my Tai Chi friends and members of the Stephens Family YMCA. I teach Tai Chi there, and this is going there. So we're going to begin with our usual opening exercise. I hope you can see enough of me to help with it. We're going to do the grand opening. So arms together, out, up. And remember, one of the best things we can do to boost our immunity and fight the coronavirus is to integrate our breathing with our exercise. So as I bend my knees and then I reach up, I breathe in through the nose and then back out as I bend my knees and go down. So breathing in and out. And we'll repeat this 10 times. Two more. And the other way around for sync energy. Arms up. Slowly exhaling as we bring our energy down and sync it at our dantian. Remember, the dantian is that spot just below our navel, about 2 or 3 inches below, right here at the center of movement, center of energy. So using similar motions, we're now going to do double arm spiral. First we'll do double arm spiral up and then double arm spiral down. So up, bringing our fingers together, bending my knees, pushing the backs of our hands together, elbows together, then spiraling as we open it up at the top. You can't quite see that here. So I'll move back a little bit more so you can see my arms better. Spiraling open and up. Pushing back of the hands together. Now, if you're having some problems with or pain in your shoulders, you don't have to put your elbows completely together. You can leave them here, or go as opposed to pushing all the way in. You should do this based on your own level of fitness and ability. I notice today I'm not wearing any particular Tai Chi clothes, just some loose-fitting jeans and a sweatshirt, because we can do these exercises in any clothes. Normally I would have on maybe a t-shirt, a sweatshirt, and my sweatpants. But we're doing this at home in our own convenience. So we'll do 5 more of these, pushing together up, spiraling or twisting open at the top, that beautiful silk reeling or spiraling motion. Again, breathing in as we push up, out as it goes down. Two more going up. And now we're going to reverse the direction for spiral down. So arms out, up. At the top, I'll back as far as I can. Our fingers come together, pushing the backs of the hands together as we go down. And at the bottom, spiraling open. Breathing in as I'm reaching up, opening my chest. Breathing out as I'm pushing down. I'm breathing out through my mouth, and I don't know if you can hear that, but really, it's ideally you would just breathe in and out through your nose. I'm sorry I don't have a sound track going behind me today. I'm just trying to get the video working. If this works well, then maybe next week I'll try to offer our meditation music in the background. I find that music helps me to get in the right mindset as we're doing these exercises. 2 more. And the last one, finishing with our beautiful silk reeling or spiraling motion, and then sync energy. Okay, that's good. So now let's do another one of our favorites. That's open and close the chest. So I'm starting, instead of my feet shoulder width apart, I'm starting with the front foot forward, back foot back about shoulder width, but turned out at a 45-degree angle. I can't get all the way down to my feet to show you that, but if you've done these exercises, you know what we're doing. So now I'm leaning slightly over my front leg, but not getting any further than over my knee. Bringing my hands up, and then as I shift my weight back, I'm opening the chest, arms out. Bringing it back in. So breathing in as I open the chest, exhaling as I come out. For those who've been with me in the class, you know, also there's an option as I gently go back, I'm raising the toe of my right foot so that I'm strengthening that ankle and also working on my balance that way. Nice big stretch back there. This really opens up the chest, also stretches out your shoulders and your back, upper back. So let's do 4 more of these. Two more on this side. And now we'll step up and switch sides. Same motion. I just have my right foot forward, or as you're looking at me, it would appear to be the left. And then I'm leaning forward slightly over that right leg. Some people like to really lean forward. I don't like to ever have a sense of losing balance. So I go forward and I shift my weight back. And it's really important as you go back to only go as far back as your rear foot. You don't want to lose balance going backwards. You want to stay balanced. So it's just a matter of shifting my balance between the forward foot and the back foot. And I'm not leaning backwards. I'm perfectly upright. Turn sideways so you can see that. Perfectly upright when I go back. And then all my weight shifts to the front foot where I'm leaning slightly over the front foot. So breathing in, really stretching out. Breathing out as I shift forward. Again, for those of you who want to work on it, raising the toe of that forward foot as I go back right here. I get a little stretch in my calf when I do this, but the main benefit is strengthening the muscles in your ankle. Again, we call this open and close the chest. So opening the chest, breathing in, good stretch, closing the chest back up. We do a lot of this kind of motion in Tai Chi where we open and then close. It's a common movement through many of the Tai Chi forms. Right now, we're just working on Qigong exercises today. I will do 2 more. I'm picking up on just a little bit of glare. I'm just using natural sunlight, so I'm going to close my curtains a little bit. See if that helps at all. Okay, now let's sync energy. Another good exercise that we like to do, I'm still not happy with the glare, so pardon me just a second. Hopefully that's better. So another really good exercise that I really like, it helps with breathing. So any of us who've worried we had COVID, I don't have the COVID virus, but I do have allergy problems this time of year, or sometimes we get a cold or the flu. We don't want to exercise right when we're sick, but one thing that helps us with our breathing, whether we're recovering from having been ill or to try to keep our lungs strong so we don't want to get sick, is open and close the window, or just open the window. So I turn to one side. You can turn a lot or just a little bit. It doesn't matter. One arm is across and the other hand is going to push up. So on the outside, this hand pushes up as though I'm pushing underneath the sill of a window, while this one's pushing down. So I'm pushing, getting maximum stretch. You can't see it, but I'm trying to get as far as I can. I don't want to turn my hand up. I want to keep this position in my arm as it goes up, so I get a full stretch through here. Unfortunately, I can't give you my whole body angle so that you can get it, but I'll back up enough you can get hopefully enough of this. So pushing down while pushing up, that's good. Don't want to stretch out, I want to keep this stretch. Big breath in as you do this, and down. And then I rotate to the other side, pushing up. Big deep breath while pushing down. So I just keep doing this, rotating, opening the window on one side, and releasing, I let air out, pushing on the other side, getting a nice breath of fresh air, no COVID viruses. Nice breath, fresh air. This helps not only my stretching, but also my lungs and my internal organs when I'm doing this. I'm getting, actually even activating my lymph nodes in here, which help us in fighting disease and virus. Breathing in. Big slow breath in. And release it. Breathing out. Open the window. Take a nice deep breath. Okay, let's do a couple more on each side. And now, instead of sinking energy, we normally do at the end of an exercise, we'll do knock on the door. So I'm turning, pivoting. I have to step a little bit so I don't hit my door. But the idea is to have contact here, somewhere at the chest, I like the shoulder, and the other one is in the small of the back. It's called knock on the door because they believe that the kidneys were the door to, I don't know, the health or vital energy, something like that. So I'm trying to hit my low back and the back while loosely patting something here. It's not a hard hit, but it's just a pivot and sort of awakening the kidneys, the low back area. So we have two closings at the end of any exercise. The most common is sync energy, but the other one going side to side, knock on the door. Okay, let's do another one of my favorites. So we'll be shifting our weight just like we did with open the chest, but I'm going to do a couple other things too. So this is a more complex exercise, but I would like to get it in early today, unlike class where I usually let's save it for later. So this one is spiral arms forward. So I can step up. I start out with that 1 foot forward, the other one back at a 45-degree angle for the foot. I shift my weight forward, pushing my arms forward, spiraling at the end or turning, then opening up as I come back. Again, I'm breathing in here, and as I step up, I'm breathing out. Coming back into my stance, stepping forward, feet together. Breathing in, breathing out. And as I come back, I can lift the toe in that front foot and then just release it. Now another thing I can't show you because of the camera angle, can't catch quite the whole body, is as I come back, that front foot, the toe's coming up, and then as I come forward, I can step. One is I can just leave those foot in place. What I'm showing you, though, is stepping with it. And then the more advanced version is when I bring the foot up, is to actually not put it down, to leave it up. So it's like I'm doing a leg hook type of exercise or a single arm balancing. So I'm just balancing on my forward foot, in this case my left foot, or right as it appears to you. You don't have to do this. You should only do this if you feel good about your balance. It's fine to like not even step. You can just push forward. You can do this sitting in a chair. You can do it with the step, or you can do it without even stepping down, just moving the foot forward and then back. So you're just balancing on one foot and then coming back. Okay, one more of these, and then we'll switch sides. So I step up, the right foot, back with my left foot. Again, it'll be opposite to you because you're looking at me in the opposite direction. So I move forward with what appears to you to be my left foot, coming back with the left. So right now, I'm just pushing without the step. Now on this one, I'm going to go ahead and step up, and then back. Step up, breathing out, and back, breathing in. Raising the toe of my rear foot as I come back. I really like this, a complex motion, because I'm doing a lot of things. I'm spiraling with my hands. I'm coordinating my breathing as I'm shifting my weight. And now there's a little bit of balance exercise in it. So for those who want to try the most advanced challenge, don't put your foot down. Just bring it up next to your front leg, but don't step down, and then just bring it back. So it's like it's a type of single leg standing exercise, as we refer to these, single leg standing. So I'm just on the one foot, and then I bring that foot back. It's a good balance challenge. However, if you're one of my Parkinson's folks or just somebody who's got some balance issues, you may want to just stay with just stepping up without lifting the foot. But it's also okay just to do this with the push with no step at all. I like the step, so that's what I'm doing. But any of those three options is okay. We still get benefit. Okay, let's do one more. And back. And we will Sync energy. Now another favorite for a lot of people is a gentle one going side to side, pebbles on the pond. So my hands are cupped, one on top of the other. The one that's on top is going to turn. Now a lot of you may look like a lot of this motion is coming from my arms. In fact, it's coming from the dantian and from my hips. So it's really, I turn and just extend this hand. Then as I turn, I turn the palm over, dropping the pebbles into the pond. Then my hip turns and brings my arm around, all the way around. See if you can see that. And then hip turning brings it back in. Now it's underneath so that this other one can reach out, drop its pebble, come around, and bring it back in. Again, I want to stress, I'll back up a little more so you can see the side to side better. I want to stress how this is largely a dantian exercise from the center, from the hips. And the motion with the hands is as though you're, think of yourself dropping a pebble in the pond and then you're just tracing the ripples across the water. Very soft, very smooth. Reaching out, dropping a pebble. As I turn my hand over, tracing the ripples, bring my hand back under. So reaching out, dropping, which is when I turn my hand over, rotating over and back. Pebbles on the pond. This is a nice meditative type of movement. We'll do a couple more on each side. Reaching out. Your breathing on this one you should just do naturally. Whatever seems intuitive or feels natural to you. For me, I tend to breathe out as I push forward. And then I breathe it back in as I bring the arm back in. So fill up my energy. Then breathe out as I extend the energy, and then breathe in as I bring the energy back in. However, it's not as crucial that you do it exactly that way. For example, open the window. It's really important that you do breathe in as you're stretching up. On this one, I just find, for me, what's natural is to breathe out as I extend, breathe in as I bring it back in. And one more on each side. And we'll sync energy. I'd like to do another one where I like to coordinate the breathing with. Trying to see, make sure you can see my knees here. These are my knees. Could probably see them better if I had different colored pants on. But what I'm doing here is called the tree. So I'm reaching down. Again, the imagery here is important. So it's as though I were a tree. I'm pulling up energy, starting around my knees, pulling energy up through the roots, then through the center, the trunk. I'm breathing in all this time. And then as I come up here, I'm releasing energy first out through the branches and then the leaves. So that's where I'm breathing out. I'll try to step back just a little bit so you get a little bit more of the arm movement. Reaching down to the other side, to my knees. Breathing in as I bring energy up. Breathing out as I expend energy out through my branches and the leaves. So as though I'm a tree. We think about the energy flow and the breathing. Breathing out. bend over when I do this. I want to do this bending down by bending my knees, keeping my back straight as possible. Bring the energy up. So from some point you transfer from the side to the center. For me, I like to bring it across my dantian and up to my chest. And then breathing out as I'm extending. Reaching down, breathing in as I bring energy in through my nose, and then exhaling as I'm extending out, expanding the energy. Last one. And of course, we will sync energy. Okay, one more. I think we've got one more to get in for a roughly half-hour video. We will do cloud hands, a favorite of many people. Excuse me. Some stuff at my feet here. Cloud hands. So for this one, we're turning. Start gently. First, we'll start with arm circles. So I'll have my right arm at my head, and then go around in a circle, working around. Sweeping down at the bottom, raising up, back of the hand, coming across over my head, pushing down on the side. Arm circles, and you notice I'm rotating my hips with this. I'm not really bending, my knees are just slightly bent, but I'm not really bending my knees as I do this, I'm more rotating. And now I'm going to do that with my other hand. For me, it's the left hand. So pushing across in front of me, lifting up, you see the back of my hand, because when I get to the top, then I parry or rotate that hand from the back of the hand to the open hand, and then with the open hand I push down. So again, giving that kind of a circular motion, rotating the hand as I do it. Pushing across the bottom, lifting with the back of the hand, turning across in front of my face, and so on. Okay, now that we've done a few arm circles, we're going to put them together and do cloud hands. As I've said in class, if you've been in my class, you know the full translation of this is hands move like clouds. We just shorten that to cloud hands. But it's a nice imagery for your hands. They're nice and soft. The motion you're making is like big fluffy clouds. So I start one hand up by my face, one hand down, pushing across. They then trade places. The one that's up goes down, the one that's down comes up. And you notice my hand position here. This back of the hand ready to turn, this one down here ready to push across. Now you see they're in the opposite position and they switch places. One's pushing down, the other's lifting up and coming across. So there's an arm movement and the hand movement, but I don't want you to get so hung up on the hand movement that you break this up. The idea here is to have rotating hips, rotating arms, in a soft rotating motion. You want to try to coordinate the hands, but if it's too difficult or too distracting, just mainly make sure that you're getting your arms rotated, sort of counter to each other. One's going clockwise, the other counterclockwise. One's sweeping down across my waist, the other by my head. It's actually from my face, but because of the camera angle, it looks like it's over my head. And I'm just doing this from side to side. Cloud hands. With a little meditation music, you could do this for a long time and just have a nice moving meditation. When we do our Tai Chi form, we do cloud hands, but we do it while stepping. So we step and then step. I don't want to get out of the camera, but then I can step the other way. So you can do cloud hands while moving. You can also do cloud hands with stepping back and then stepping up. We call this cloudy hands. But right now I'm just trying to get the basic cloud hands. It's too difficult to catch it in the camera angle otherwise. Okay, once more on both sides. And we'll just switch right into knock on the door. And that will finish today's video. I've tried to get in about 30 minutes. If you're at home, I suggest now you spend about 5 minutes. You can even time yourself if you want, either in a seated meditation or a standing meditation. But follow what we've done with meditation to achieve the proper mindset of clearing your mind. No worries, just letting thoughts roll out of our brain. Our thoughts generate in our brain naturally, but we don't want to hold on to them. We want to let them go like clouds pass across in the sky. We just want to sit with a calm relaxation, not focused on any one thing other than something that keeps us in the moment, like focusing on your breathing or your pulse, or maybe you're listening to some music, or if there's a fan going, you can feel the breath of the fan. So please, on your own, do some meditation at the end of this. I'll try to come back next week, and if I can figure out the good camera angle, maybe we'll add a little bit of a 8-movement Tai Chi form to it as well. Again, Dr. Barry Ackerson, going out to my friends and members of the Stephens Family YMCA who have been taking the Tai Chi class or are interested in Tai Chi.